feel more or less confident these days. Even thought that my head still going for things happening around the world, but at least I feel myself capable of working. And today I was doing lots of work, like Temari's like this. So for the evening stream, I decided to make something like this Temari. I started it 2 weeks ago, and I think I should finish it really soon. Got a big mess on my desk, working desk right now. It's still to be sorted soon, but at least I'm back to work. Just sent the first batch of Temari to the gift shop last week and working on the second one. The Navruz will be in 5 days, so the Navruz batch is over. Now I have to make something for Easter and the general souvenir, so it's not just a spring, but also just a regular gift bowls. So I guess there'll be some on Ukraine colors, and there will be this boy or girl stuff that I haven't given yet, because I haven't finished the girl one. And there will be flowers, the water lilies, the day lilies, hippeastrums. All of them will be stitched, and of course there will be lots of spring motifs like this. And this year I plan to test and try some other markings like Tammentai, the 16, the CD16, and so I really did like the idea of the hexagon surrounded by the pentagons, not the vice versa, when you get the one pentagon and then the 5 hexagons around. This one is vice versa, so it will be, I will test that, and I'll make the video how to make this when I test it enough and I'll be familiar enough with it. This usually takes me about 2-3 balls to make, and then it gets very easy to repeat without looking into the telephone, looking to the Temari Kai, Japanese Temari. It's so satisfying when you try and you do and the new technique works out really well. It's so exciting. So for this bowl, since everything is the same color, I don't use the start markup pin here, just because I know I've got all the 3 yellow triangles joined at the center. So this is the start point, and also will be the end point for the triangle. So this is just a standard pattern on the interlocking triangles. There is one on Temari Kai that had the different stripes on it, but it's just the same. The CD8, the combined 8 division, and you work on the triangles that are made with between the squares, the 6 rays. There will be I think there was a video already that I've already published. I don't remember. But if not, I'll make it one later. So I ran out of yarn here, and I guess I shouldn't hide it. Should hide it because there's no need to mess with a tiny bit. So I got my thread and here pin. Always place the pin next to the spot where you've got your thread finished before you join the new one, so you don't have to spend that time rolling the ball around. So I've got my yellow skein almost finished. It's quite popular color these days, and I hope my local yarn shop will bring it next season, next time they buy it, because I got only 2 skeins left, and if I've got nothing, then I can't work, because most of my patterns are based on this gold color, gold thread. Otherwise I have to start looking for something else to replace it, which is not really good idea, having our very tiny yarn market. So as you can see, the mess sometimes happens when you don't feel really good and your stitches don't go right. That's why I never stitch when I feel sick, when I'm not in the mood, because these things are just, you know, when you do the stitching, well, when you craft, you put a bit of your soul in it, and it's not a good idea to craft with a bad mood or feeling sick, because the energy of the final product won't be a good one. So there's nobody in. Nobody in tonight. Nobody crafting. How about streaming tomorrow about the same time, the 6 p.m. GMT? This is more or less adequate time for me, because it would be 10 p.m. in my country, and that's the earliest that can start, so that everybody can join. In Europe, or someone in the States wake up earlier to join the stream. I won't be streaming on next week because my family is coming here. Finally, vacation. I have Novruz, which is 7 days of days off. So my family will be with me. So definitely, I want to spend some time with them, because the next long holiday is the summer school holiday. So obviously I have another April, May, and half of June, 2.5 months before they come and stay with me. but even thought I got the spaces that it will be filled in with a needle. Just spread it. So I got 2 more stitches here, maybe, and we'll fill the gap. Once I'm done with all the stitches here, the regular ones, I might do just the casual 1 or 2 stitches on the side just to fill these gaps, but generally you don't need that. So there's 1 more, I guess, and we'll see if I can fill the gap without causing too much holes here. Probably do 1 more. 1 more pick. As they say in weaving, not row but pick. And I guess this part is okay, and the other one will be filled with a row with a 4th triangle, but I would say I'll finish it here. That's my end point marker. Do the little zigzag to secure the thread inside, and that would be like these 2 or 3 side stitches is usually enough, unless you have really slippery thread like polyester or silk. That would require 3 or 4 stitches, side stitches inside the Temari, so that the base, the wool and the thread itself is kept under tension. So this part will be stretched. This one is okay. This part is more or less just distributed slightly. Just rub it off. Or I might just add one more stitch when I finish everything, and I'll see the amount of extra stitches I have to add. But okay, so I've done it here. This is what I like in the just the plain colored triangles, that you can always add some extra stitches that won't be noticed, just like here. I have to move over here, and what I'll do, I'll pick up the stitch over here. Anyway, I had to add a couple of picks here, so it's not a problem at all. And I will start stitching another triangle, and in this case, just because I have everything is similar on each side, I will have to add the start pin, which will be just to show that this is where I started stitching. So I have to work from this direction, and again over under, over and under. As you can see, I use the eye side of the needle, even though that my needle is it doesn't have the sharp point. Still have to keep it this way so it doesn't go through the base threads. Oops. Got it wrong. Got it wrong. You can see I missed one thread. So I have to go back. This thread belongs to this triangle. So I'll probably add one more extra over here when I finish it, and I'll just do the final touches. So you can write down the preferable time, and I'll see what I can do, what will be the most comfortable time for everybody and myself. As I said, I'm on GMT +4. So when it's 6 p.m. in London, it's 10 p.m. in Baku. So you can find the most convenient time for everybody. Sorry, the brain fog still on. Just place the pin down so it doesn't stick and pick up the thread. It's already 19 minutes. I think I'll stream for another 10 minutes before my camera dies. It's too hot for the... I don't know why they haven't fixed this bug. It's been known for almost 2 years. That the camera overheats when you work, when you stream. And when you film something that is longer than 30 minutes. Still haven't fixed that yet. So as you see, as I'm stitching, I don't fix this part yet, because obviously when I'll start stitching the bottom part, these three triangles will be shifted, so there's no need to tidy up and pull all those threads in order. But once I finish that, I'll be able to see where I got all those gaps that I need to fill, and just to distribute it more evenly without these spaces and voids. So this looks more or less okay, unless I feel this. Just do a couple of stitches, maybe one here and two over here. Generally this shouldn't happen, but sometimes when your Mari isn't ideally round, this happens because in some places it sticks out, the ball itself, in some places it drops down. This is usually happens when you use the quite thick yarn. So let's say this would happen if you use the yarn about this thick, which I guess sports weight, I don't know. This is a standard acrylic thread. Those gaps will be less if you use the sock quality yarn. This is acrylic, but it can be semi-wool, wool half with acrylic, and almost not possible when you use the lace type. This one is the Angora. Well, obviously it's not Angora, it's acrylic with wool, but Turkish. You can see it's kind of lace type. So when you spin the Mari, those, let me get, this is what you usually get, the ball like this. This is the sock yarn actually, and as you can see there's a holes, the gaps, the prominent parts. Even thought that they're working with you add another 2 millimeters of the thread, the sewing thread, those gaps will be visible on the surface. So that's why you have these spaces like this. And if you do the standard Kiko like this, it's not really important because it just, it doesn't affect the geometry of the pattern. But with all these all over designs, when you don't see the base, well, the whole Temari is covered with the stitching thread, these moments they usually come out. That's why the Maris that should be absolutely perfectly round. So use the lace type of thread to avoid this kind of stuff. But I was just using the first ball I picked up from the box, being in dreadful mood, so I started it anyway, just to what's the word, to support myself, so not to go absolute madness about things happening with my friends. And so here it is. I have to finish this once I start it. So I'll probably finish this tomorrow because it's gonna another 4 minutes, and I will turn it off, turn off streaming, and I'll go to sleep because today was very busy day for myself, since I made 2 Maris like this, and I made 3 more bays for the like this. Lots of other stuff was going on, but hopefully for the next couple of days I'll finish some of this box. I'll definitely finish this boy girl Temari for the gender reveal parties. This is a sample, and got some couple of others like this to finish, so will be lots of streaming, and just right after Novruz there will be lots of weaving. And as I want to take a break from Temari that I was doing since the middle of January, and I want to do a bit of weaving just to relax. So there will be streaming and videos on weaving. And just stay tuned for more fun. Hope one day, somewhere in April, I'll find the space in this mess for the beading. So got lots of beads in my drawer, and I want to use it. Probably spend one of the streams with picking up the gem, the cabochon, and then I'll be picking up the beads for that, and then in the video we'll make something with it. I used to do a lot of beading before my eyes allowed it. Now these days it's not a good fun, but still I'd love to come back to beading. You know, I was doing lots of things. I was knitting, I was crochet, I was doing Irish crochet lace, and the only thing I haven't tried is bobbin lace, and the what's the word? I forgot this. Gosh, I was in that place and I forgot the name. The type of Irish lace that when you do the embroidery over the net, it's key something. As I said, yes, I did have COVID because my brain just absolutely smashed. I forget things. I forget words in my native language. Not speaking about English, which is my third language that I speak. Kenmar, no. There's a Kilkenny on my tongue, but this is definitely not Kilkenny. Kenmar lace, I guess. I have to check with Google later on. I do have a set for that. My daughter bought it, but she never used it. So when we were in Clones for Irish crochet lace summer school, we went. Yeah, have a nice day too. Yeah, it's fun to stitch together and chat. Yes, yes, exactly. Kerik macros. Yes, thank you. Yeah, that's it. It says it's something K, but as I said, my mind is, uh, what's the word when you drain your pasta? That's my brain. Thank you. Yeah, the Kerik macros. That's very fun too. As I said, I got a set, and I bought not just the standard tourist set. I also bought additional the muslin set, the threads, the the net itself. So we were planning to make lots of stuff with it, but then my husband decided that we need the whole family needs to study programming. So I put it that in the drawer. But yeah, once I'm sitting here and doing nothing, my daughter is no longer interested in that. I might just unpack that and try that, and we'll do that and have fun. Obviously, won't be tutorial because I know nothing about it except what I saw. But stitching it online and laughing and having fun would be great. Oh, it's almost over. Yeah, chrysanthemums are fun, and they're very easy, and they're very attractive. And even though it's still the same pattern, every time you change the color, you change the color of the base, and you get a totally different temari. This is what I want to make the next, because I've got a set of different colors, and I'll do like this, and red and blue. Even if thought I used the standard, well, I've showed it previously, the threads that I use. Yeah, the threads that I use, it will be this exactly the same. The red, actually no, there will be 2 yellow, red, then 3 blue and 3 white, and it would look absolutely different on these 5 maris. I promise you. So when I do that, there will be another stream on how Temaris look different depending on the base color. Yeah, and it's funny the thing that even thought that other patterns are complicating, and then you can use the different color variations and everything. They are not so attractive to non-Temari people. Just like for Temari, for Temarists, I guess that's the word. The Kiko is something like the multiplying table. It's something that you learn once and then just use it once in a while, but not as a single pattern. But for the customers, they prefer Kiko. I don't know why, but once they prefer it, we can do that. But I do love to make something more complicating. So what I do this year, usually I don't have time. In the summer I'm always doing something different, like flowers and weaving and lace. So this year I decided to make all these customables first of all, and all those 250 balls that they want from me this year. So that I'll do them, and I'll have myself like 50 balls that make for my own needs, for my own moods. That's what I said. I had this working, and I still have to finish this one, but still not feeling really into that. But one day I will do I will finish that, and there will be video for how to make this one. It's been like this for about 4 months. Oh, my camera is already smoking. Yeah, there will be lots of stuff, lots of fun. And hopefully no one pushes the red button. It will still have life going on. So my camera is already blinking, saying it's overheating. So I guess that will be it for today, and I'll try to make a stream tomorrow, since I have no plans to work with my Russian language channel, which is dubbing. It's just exactly the same videos like here, but I don't feel like I want to work on it at the moment. And so I'll be spending more time on English channels, and there will be more activity here these days. So stay tuned, and hopefully there will be a streaming tomorrow again at 6 p.m. GMT. And stay tuned. Bye.